Today we'll be installing this Avest Rear Fog Lamp, is what they call it here in Japan. It's basically the reverse light located on the lower portion of the bumper. So this game comes with a new frame, some adapters both for premium and the base, and the actual light itself. So you'll find this piece of paper with a QR code for the manual, and the rear you can find some precautions. So if you scan the QR code, you will find yourself the installation manual with your phone or any device. Now let's go on with the install. So I'm gonna be removing the whole bumper for a cleaner routing of the wires. Now as always, let's start with the masks. After that, first remove this piece of the taillights. So grab your 10mm and remove the bolts that's holding the bumper on both sides. Go under the bumper and remove the clips using a pry tool. So in order to remove this rivet type pop clip, you don't want to pull out the middle portion way too far. Otherwise, it will allow the clip to actually open wider than normal. So make sure that the head of this pop clip or rivet clip is just around this mid portion. And now we do the same for the other side. Next up, we remove two clips just beside the inner side of the muffler. Next up, we go to the sides of the bumper and remove this clip right here. So this type of clip is different from the first one. We just push in the middle portion and now we can remove it. And now let's do the same on the other side. Now we simply grab the edge and pull it out. Now this portion will only be for the Japanese cars equipped with those number plate security locks. After that, we can simply just pull away the bumper and pop out those clips. Now don't pull out too far because there's a harness with a connector that runs to the fog light and the number plate light. And now let's remove the existing fog light. So simply remove the 3 clips underneath. And now after the frame is removed, grab your 10mm and remove the bolts on both sides. Now you pull it out, there will be a connector on the left side, so simply disconnect it. It will be brown for the premium and gray for the base. Now since I got the upgrade for the fog lamps, I got the brown one. Now to install the Avest fog lamps, you will see this connector right here. So it will be provided with 2. Like I said, the brown for the premium, or the brown if you have the fog lamp on your light switch, and the gray if you don't have one. or in other words, the base. Now for this connector, this switch will be our switch for the F1 light if we want it active or not, and the other side will be tapping this on the brake line of the tail light. So I want this to be removable, so I'm gonna install some terminals in between. So I got the cables with the same length with the blue cable, and now I got the terminals. Now for the old light, there will be this clip holding this brown connector right here. So we'll be transferring this gray thing onto our Avest fog lamp. So grab the adapter that suits your model and connect it to the Avest light. And after that, we installed the gray clip that we just removed and installed this connector onto the Avest fog lamp. So make sure you clean this area before installing the fog light because you won't be seeing it again in a long time. Now let's remove this trim on the trunk by simply removing 3 pop clips from behind. Now we'll be passing the wires of this through this grommet right here. Now let's tidy things up on these wires right here. And now we simply connect it and slide in the wires. Now we secure the bolts and install the frame. Let me show you the difference between the OEM frame and the Avest frame. So I made 2 terminals, one near the fog lamp and one near the tail light. Now if you're wondering why I did this, is because I can make it maintenance friendly if ever I want to remove the fog light or the bumper in the future. Now let's remove the left tail light to gain access of the brake light. After doing a couple of tests for the JDM cars, the brown one is for the running lights and the pink one is going to be the one for your brakes. So for other countries, the pink one is actually the hazard one. So for other countries, the pink one is actually the line for the hazard, so make sure to test it, and if it is, then the one on top of it is gonna be the brake light. Now we know which wires they are, then we simply tap them on. So the reason why you see different colors of wires here is because I'm tapping them to the harness of my trunk light. And after that, as always, clean up the area that you won't be seeing in the next couple of years or months. And we just completely plug it in and install back the taillight. So after that, we simply tuck in the wires and tidy things up with cable ties. Now after that's all done, we simply clean off behind the bumper because we won't be seeing that in a couple of months. So let's grab a microfiber towel, give it some wipe to make it clean. And before we forget, let's install this trim piece on the trunk. So I'm not sure if this rubber sealant is actually comes above the trim piece or not. So let me know in the comments. And after that, we simply install the pop clips. So once that's done, let's go ahead and install the bumper. So once we have enough length for the connector to go in, let's connect all the connectors and also the harness for the fog lamp. Now after everything has been aligned, all we have to do is restore the bumper, like doing everything vice versa. Now everything that has been restored, let's do some light tests. Now here's a clip with the F1 light on active. Now let's switch it up with the F1 light deactivated. And now here are some clips during the night. So there it is, the Avest Rear Fog Lamp installed on this car. So there is one thing that I don't like about it, is that the reverse lights are very weak. And as you can see on this clip, the lighting is just so weak compared to this OEM. And compared to the LED, I mean, it's just so far from comparing. So I'm not even sure if I'm gonna keep it or not, because I do a lot of like reverse driving, and especially in my parking space. So I'm really have to think about it. So thanks again for watching this clip, and continue to support the channel, and see you on the next one.